Hello class, welcome to my English lesson again. I hope that you're all well and safe. Tell me, have you ever heard of this detective in the picture? Well, I have to tell you that he was my favorite cartoon character when I was a kid. Detective Mumbley. Very funny. And here we have a picture of a crime scene. So, what topic are we going to talk about today? What do you think? A detective and a crime scene. Try to guess. Yes, well done. Our topic is crime. Tell me, do you like watching films or series or read books on this topic? If yes, can you name any famous titles? Well, I have just mentioned one of my favorite cartoons and cartoon characters. When I was younger, I also used to watch crime series named Twin Peaks. I believe that your teachers and your parents are familiar with it. Also, later on, when I was a little older, I watched CSI Miami, then CSI New York, and I have to mention one fictional character called Sherlock Holmes. I believe you've heard of him. I will also mention another woman named Agatha Christie, a famous English writer known for her 66 detective novels and 14 stories collections. Short stories collections. You've probably heard of her fictional detective Hercule Poirot or a fictional character Miss Marple. If not, you have enough time to investigate and find one of these titles here. Let's do something today. Let's learn some vocabulary related to crime. If you need, take some notes, of course. Ako treba nešto zapišite. Alibi. Proof that someone who is thought to have committed a crime could not have done it, especially the fact or statement that they were in another place at the time it happened. Alibi. Znači, kad neko ima alibi, ta osoba ne može biti optužena za neki kriminal ili neki zločin, jer ima dokaz da nije bila tu. Clue. A sign or some information that helps you to find the answer to a problem, question, or mystery. Trag. Crime scene. The place where an offense has been committed and forensic evidence may be gathered. Mjesto zločina na kom se znači mogu prikupiti neki forenzički dokazi. Kidnapping. The action of abducting someone and holding them captive. Otmica. Otimanje i zatvaranje nekoga. Uglavnom zbog novca, jel? Investigation. The action of investigating something or someone. Istraga nečega ili nekoga. Murder. Killing someone. Ubistvo. Theft. The act of taking possession of something that belongs to others. Krađa. Okay, there are some people related to these crimes. Let's see. A criminal. A person who has committed a crime. Kriminalac, znači osoba koja je počinila neki kriminal. A detective. A person, especially a police officer, whose occupation is to investigate and solve crimes. Detective. Osoba, posebno policajac, znači čiji je posao da se bavi istraživanjem i rješavanjem nekog kriminala. A kidnapper. A person who abducts someone and holds them captive. Otmičar. A murderer. A person who commits murder. Ubica. A suspect. A person thought to be guilty of a crime or offense. Osumnjičeni. Neko za koga se smatra da je kriv. A thief. A person who steals another person's property. Lopov ili kradljivac. A victim. a person harmed, injured or killed as a result of a crime, accident or other event or action. Žrtva koja može biti povrijeđena ili ubijena. A witness, a person who sees an event, typically a crime or accident take place. Znači svjedok nekog događaja. Okay. Da bismo nekoga optužili ili nekoga odbranili, moramo imati dokaz. Evidence. So, for example, blood, DNA, fingerprints, footprints, hair, murder weapon, ransom note. I believe all of these are familiar to you. Maybe this one isn't. So, a ransom note is like a letter that is left by people who are bribing you, asking for money. Neka vrsta ucjene ili otkupnine u vidu poruke. Znači, ovakve se poruke mogli se da vidite na filmovima ili u serijama, prave na način da se iz novina izrežu slova, polijepe, da ne bi se prepoznao nečiji rukopis. No, međutim, ponekad su te osobe nepažljive, pa ostave svoje fingerprints, otiske prstiju, koji znamo da su jedinstveni i lako se pronađe taj počinilac. There are some other important things to remember. To commit a crime, počiniti zločin. To be accused of a crime, biti optužen za zločin ili okrivljen. To be charged with a crime in court, biti okrivljen za zločin ili optužen na sudu, recimo. Pazite ovdje na ova dva prijedloga, accused of, charged with. To be sentenced to life imprisonment, biti osuđen na, recimo, doživotni zatvor. Some other types of crime, neki su znači manji prekršaj, neki su teži, pa čak i zločini. Pa da vidimo, pickpocketing, džeparenje. To je ono kad neko na ulici nekome ukrade novčanik, recimo. Shoplifting, obijanje prodavnica. Theft, krađa. Arson, podmetanje požara ili vatre. Burglary, provala. Smuggling, krijumčarenje ili šverc. Ja to iz šale zovem šverc komerc. Assault, fizički napad. Running a red light, prolazak kroz crveno. Misli se naravno na vozača, zato pazite pješaci da vas ne zakvači neko auto. Jaywalking, prelazak ulice na neobilježenom mjestu. Molim vas, prelazite uvijek na zebri. Znači, i sigurnije je, a nećete platiti ni kaznu. Drunk driving, vožnja u pijanom stanju. Nažalost, toga ima na našim cestama, neke završe i kobno, pa kad budete vozači, uvijek vozite trijezni. Vandalism, uništavanje imovine ili vandalizam. Na TV-u ste često mogli da čujete kako je neki objekat oskrnavljen, oštećen, ispisan, to je to. Drug dealing, dilanje ili prodaja droge, teški kriminal. Now, some tasks for you. Take your notebooks and your pencils and please write down the tasks. And pause the video every time you have to do something. And then later on, play it again and check your answers. Znači, nemojte mi prepisivati, pokušajte uvijek sami da uradite, tako ćete lakše zapamtiti i naučiti nešto. So number 1, read the definitions and write the words. Number 1, the reason for committing a crime. Kako zovemo razlog zašto neko počini neki zločin? Motive, tako je. 2, the person who suffers a crime. The person is a victim. 3, the crime of taking a person and asking for money. Kako se to zove? Kidnapping, right. 4, the red liquid in the body. That's, of course, blood. 5, to kill someone on purpose. Murder. You're great. Now, copy this text and try to complete each gap with one word. There's the first letter for each of the words. So take some time and do it. Then check your answers. Let's see. The detective looked at the crime scene. The victim, an old man, was on the floor. The murder weapon, a knife, was next to him. He hoped there were fingerprints on the knife. There was a lot of money in the man's jacket, so money wasn't the motive. A witness saw a neighbor entering the house earlier, so he was the main suspect. Tekst nije težak, pa ću vas zamoliti da ga prevedete u svesku, da malo vježbate i prijevod. And the last one, try to translate these 4 sentences. Let me see how quick you are. Broj 1. Al Capone je osuđen na 11 godina zatvora. Nije plaćao porez. 2. Prošle sedmice se desila krađa u obližnjoj prodavnici. Broj 3. Džeparenje je uobičajena pojava na našim ulicama. Broj 4. On je počinio svoj prvi zločin sa samo 17 godina. Strašno. Let's check. Number 1. Al Capone was sentenced to 11 years of imprisonment. 2. Last week, there was a shoplifting in a nearby shop. 3. Pickpocketing is a usual thing that happens in our streets. 4. He committed his first crime when he was only 17 years old. Well, I think that you've been great today. Let me finish with a quote by Agatha Christie. The old sins have long shadows. Uvijek moramo paziti šta radimo i kakav će to, da tako kažem, trag ili posljedicu ostaviti. I hope you have enjoyed my lesson today. And as you have enough free time, I believe so, try to read at least one of the short stories and novels by Agatha Christie. Stay safe, keep on learning, and that's all for today. Goodbye.